Hello students, welcome to this video. In today's lesson I will be talking to you about dependent clauses that work as sentence introductions. How do you punctuate a sentence when you have a dependent clause introducing that sentence? I have two examples for you on the board. The first one says, "Because she is so nice, everyone wants to be her friend." The first clause here is a dependent or subordinate clause. Why? Because let alone it cannot be a sentence. Because she is so nice, period, would not make sense alone. You would have to add an independent clause. Everyone wants to be her friend. Okay, so as you can see, the way I punctuated these two separate clauses was with a comma. Because she is so nice, comma, everyone wants to be her friend. You will always bump into these kind of sentence structures where you have a dependent or subordinate clause introducing the rest of the sentence. For example here, even though the economy has gone back to normal, that cannot be a sentence alone because it is a dependent clause or a subordinate clause. So I added a comma and an independent clause. We still need to save as much as possible. Alright, so this is the way you punctuate sentences that are introduced by dependent or subordinate clauses. Next, I will give you some practice sentences and examples so that you can practice with me. Now you are going to help me figure out which of these two sentences have a dependent clause introducing the sentence. The first one says, "Even though we are working hard, there is a lot to be done." There's still a lot to be done. The next one says, "There is still a lot to be done, even though we are working hard." All right, the first one says, "Even though we are working hard." Is that a dependent clause? Does it make sense by itself or not? Could it be a sentence, let alone? No. So here we have a dependent or subordinate clause followed by a comma introducing an independent clause. Even though we are working hard, there is still a lot to be done. This is a dependent clause because if you say there's still a lot to be done, period, it could be a sentence by itself. Alright, so remember, dependent clauses are those clauses that do not make sense by themselves, that cannot stand alone as a sentence, and independent clauses are those that can stand alone and make sense by themselves as sentences. The next one says, "There is still a lot to be done even though we are working hard." As you can see, I just inverted the sentence here. So this one has a dependent clause introducing the sentence, and this one does not. This one is just a regular independent and dependent clause structure. Next, I will leave you some homework. Remember that you need to practice a lot to improve your English. Now for homework, you are simply going to write 4 sentences using independent clauses, dependent or subordinate clauses as introductions. Remember to please leave your homework in the comment section below this video. If you have any comment, suggestion, or question, please also leave them there. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was of help to you, and I will see you in the next video. Would you like to watch my next video? Click on the television to the right. About parenthetical dependent clauses. We all know what a dependent clause is. It is a clause that can